Matthew, welcome in Sydney. Um, you are here to tell us a little bit more about the extra virgin oil, the extraction process, and how our oil is one of the best oils in the world. So please speak whatever is the fact and whatever is essential for us to know. Matthew, off you go.
Okay, nice to meet you over in India. So extra virgin olive oil is a process that requires temperature control and very good equipment. The olives must be processed within 24 hours of harvesting. The olives come in from the field and they have the leaves extracted from the olives it's normally by a blower. Then they go through a hammer mill which smashes all the olives up into small pieces, seed including the seed. And they go into a malaxa, which is about a 1 ton bay, which is like a bathtub, and there's an auger or an agitator that runs through it, and it agitates forward and backwards, and that's got to be controlled less than 40 degrees centigrade. And the olives, the mash is run through the agitator and the oil starts to come to the surface. The seed is there to break the oil sacs. After about an hour of doing this, when the pomace looks ready, it is then run through a tricanter. A tricanter is a machine that has one drum spinning in one direction at a very high speed, 6,000 revolutions plus, and another drum spinning the other direction, and it forces the pomace toward the front, and it's like a cone. The closer it gets to the cone, to the tip of the cone, the harder the pressure is on the pomace, which extracts oil, and then the pomace runs out the end and goes off for waste. At our level of production, we don't use any of the pomace for any other oil production. We are only interested in extra virgin olive oil. From that point, the oil runs into a centrifuge. Sometimes we use 2 centrifuges where we're spinning off any of the solids, any unwanted things that may be there from the olives. And then it goes into a very tall, thin tank. Even though the olive looks pure and tastes fantastic, there are still microscopic particles of olive flesh in that oil, and that needs to settle to the bottom. It makes like a sludge on the bottom, and then after the sludge has settled to the bottom after a very short period of time, we then take the oil off the top into a clean tank, and that is your extra virgin olive oil. You cannot leave it on that sludge because it will spoil and become rotten.
Just one question, Matt. Is this the olive fruit? Is that non-GMO type or GMO?
Yeah, no, it's non-GMO.
It's all non-GMO.
Yeah, it's most of the varieties have come from Italy to Australia. They've been put through quarantine, and then they've been propagated in Australia.
In Australia.
Yeah.
So
on own roots.
On this manufacturing process of this extraction of the oil, what are the quality control aspects that we maintain? Like what we are going to do to maintain our quality, at what stage and how?
The most important thing is to maintain the quality is to process the olives within 24 hours. Don't process them after a heavy rain. You want the olive to be in good condition. We also are testing the olive for the content of the olive to make sure when the olive's ready. We'll start with the olive a little bit green, and then it can become more coloured as they mature. The earlier in the life of the mature olive, when it tests okay as far as we're concerned to harvest, the better the quality of the oil. It starts off being quite pungent, and as the oil matures over 12 months, it becomes more relaxed in its flavour. The temperature in processing is extremely important, and if we don't control that temperature below 40 degrees, then you will not have cold pressed extra virgin olive oil. So we have probes in there to make sure that it is below that temperature, and then racking it off the solids after centrifuging is very important, because that is what can make the oil become below standard.
One question, how is our extra virgin olive oil extraction process, and the oil which is coming out is better than the oil produced in Europe, especially in Italy?
Well, from my knowledge, the oil coming out of some places in Europe has been blended with non-extra virgin right to the edge of the spectrum that chemically says it's extra virgin olive oil. Sometimes it has even gone past that edge, and there were some cases in Australia where some of the big producers got caught cheating on the quality level of oil, saying it was extra virgin when it didn't chemically qualify. In Australia, there's none of that. It's just purely first press, cold press, extra virgin olive oil. We don't have enough to bastardise it. We have no need to bastardise it. Our oil is not cheap, but the quality is good.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. Thank you.